Hi, I'm Sarah from Let's Talk Homeschooling. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a sneak peek into what my schoolroom actually looks like. And I know that there are lots of videos like this out there, and they're great to watch. And most of us, when we watch them, we just want an idea of what homeschooling could look like, or, get ideas to refreshen our homeschool room ourselves. But if watching these sorts of videos fills you with dread and pressure that this is how it has to look, please don't feel that way. All of these schoolrooms are tailor-made to suit the family that's in them, which means you'll want to tailor-make your own homeschool room to fit you and your family. If something works for you, then great. But if it doesn't, then don't feel pressured that you have to implement it. So, without further ado, how about we jump in and have a look at my schoolroom? Okay, so when I filmed this, my children were being extra loud that day, so I decided to do a voiceover so you didn't get them screaming in the background, being quite noisy. So, welcome to our schoolroom. We are very fortunate to be able to have a separate room that we use for our school. As you come in, we've got these wonderful posters on the wall. I think I bought them from Kmart I think they were like $4 each, so they're pretty cool. We have Australian animals and we have ocean life as well, and Lizzie absolutely loves them. She points them out all the time. Next, we bought this lounge, which is really great to snuggle up on and read some really good living books. Over here we have our desk. Above the desk is our internet box with our modem and everything in it. And down here we have a music box, which I love these steel tongue drums. They are absolutely amazing and not overly loud either, which is really cool. We have our map of Australia on the wall, and Lizzie loves pointing out all the different places she knows. Now, here we have our whiteboard, which, as you can see, is broken a little bit, but like any good mum, I duct tape it back together, and Lizzie's added some nice smiley faces to give it a bit of, so it looks better than just duct tape. But it's still starting to break even more, so we may need to replace this in the future, but it's still working for us at the moment. So we use that, and it's magnetic, so we can stick some things on with magnets, like our picture study. And at the moment we're doing Van Gogh, and this is the one that Lizzie's using this week. I also found these awesome, they're subject cards or whatever for a visual schedule. I found them and I bought them off Etsy. These ones are specifically designed for people who use the Charlotte Mason method. So we have a bunch of them and it's really great. Lizzie follows along. These are the subjects we're doing today, and after we've finished each one, she'll pull it off and put it aside so she can see what's coming next. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but both of my children have additional needs, different kinds of additional needs. And for my daughter, her impulse control is almost non-existent. And we are working on it with habits and everything else, but she is my little artist. And one of the things that she is in the habit of doing, and she's not in the habit of doing it anymore, really. She uses paper now. But because she is my artist, when she was younger, she used to do a lot of artwork. And she didn't stick to just paper. So this is one of her creations that's drawn on the wardrobe door. And we have a few other of her creations on cupboard doors and different things. We are planning on painting over it eventually and getting rid of it and looking after it properly. but that's not high on our priority list at the moment. So for now, we get to enjoy her, what she calls her gingerbread man. So inside our cupboard is where we store our homeschooling stuff, and you can see some more of her artwork. Inside the cupboard is where we store our games and our puzzles and a laminator and, a few other things that we don't have out all the time. A few more of our resources. And up the top here is where I store all of my stuff for homeschooling. And that pile of paperwork actually is all of the work and worksheets that she's been doing of her own volition. And I haven't filed them away yet, so that's on my to-do list as well. But it's great to have a cupboard like this where we can keep everything separate and not out all the time. And down here we have a few more resources, a few more puzzles and games, and a few more physical equipment and stuff, so balls and everything. Over here we have all of the books that we are using for this year in homeschooling, in the curriculum that we've chosen. I do have all of the books for the entire year here. Some people only choose to put their books out for the term that they're planning on using. Lizzie isn't one to go and grab these books just randomly to read them or etc. So she has her own books in her room for that. They're her free reads. So I do have all of our reading material up here for the entire year. And so we can just grab them as we need them. Up here we have our visual timer, and that is a lifesaver for me. It's great. I highly recommend them. And the kids can actually visibly see how much time they have left to achieve something. Up here we have some more resources, some buttons, another puzzle, and some of my resources up there too. And past Gingerbread Man on the other side, we have our work boxes or our work trays or drawers. I love this. Besides the desk, I think this is my next favorite thing that we bought when we were creating our schoolroom. There are different things in different drawers. I tend to use the left for all of the official workbooks and resources for maths and science and different things along here in history. And then this side is more Lizzie's stuff. So if I do decide to print out or tear out different books, different pages from different books that, whether it's a handwriting page or whether it's some map work or different things like that, then I might pull it over here to put it in. She has her own folders and notebooks, which she loves. And it's also quite good for subtle habit training because it's training her to put things away when she's finished with them and know where they go and what their place is, which is great. We have some resources down here as well. Down the side we have our old abacus, which has been drawn on as well, but still works and is useful, and Lizzie loves it. And we have some handwriting magnetic boards there, which are great as well. Up here we have a new addition to our homeschool room. This is an old paper drawers thing of mine that I've had for a very long time, as you can see by the fading labels that no longer apply. And now it's just papers for Lizzie to use for different things that she wants to, and there's all different colours there that she can choose from, and she is loving that. Absolutely loving it. We have our place value village, which is what we're doing right now in maths, and she loves pulling these things out and using them. Over here, it's quite squished on this side, but we have her pencil case full of her pencils and things. Here is some pens that we bought and a stationery kit she loves. This little basket is full of all of her sensory tools. Now, because my daughter has a few additional needs, she gets quite fidgety, and she uses these for self-regulation as well when things are stressing her out quite a bit. So this is great, and this isn't even all of the sensory tools that we own, but these are the ones that she finds most beneficial in the schoolroom, and we do swap them out as needed if she wants some different ones at different times. So they are really, really awesome. And that's our schoolroom. I mean, it's pretty simple. I only homeschool one child, but that's it.